I wanted to make this video because I noticed that a lot of people will get easily brainwashed. We tend to go with the rhetoric. We tend to go with this ideology of tolerance. Little did we actually notice or probe the psychology or political philosophy as to why certain groups or behaviors should be tolerated. We never decipher in our own minds why is the government pushing certain groups far more than others. If the government is supporting a group, you can guarantee that there's sinister reason behind it, because the government have no love. The government is motivated by personal interest. There is no heart in the government. The government are insensitive. So if the government is pushing for something, you can guarantee there's something sinister behind it. Right? Now, what I want to lead to is, at the moment, everybody's going crazy, taking Muslim refugees, Even black people are going crazy over it, marching, we want Muslim refugees. I've never ever come across a Muslim ever showing an interest in black people. Never. Right? I've never come across a Muslim who's never exploited black people financially, and for political gain, etc. However, black people, it seems, just to get back at the white man, they will support anything, no matter how they don't know the history or the origins of the thing that they're supporting. Hence, a lot of black people are putting weight behind supporting Muslim refugees. But what do Muslims really think about black people? Do you really think that Muslims respect you as a human being? Do you really think that Muslims see black people as humans? In a second, I'm going to play a video for you, giving you insight into how Muslims perceive black people. Because at the moment, I notice a lot of, especially in Britain, where we seem to have this race and religious war brewing, and groups like the EDL, British First, not so much the BNP, other UKIP are advocating it's a war against non-whites. So the blacks and the Muslims are supposed to be two peas in a pod, fight together like fishes in a pool. So this gives the idea that black people and Muslims are together. That's not true. That's not true. It is further, it's like chalk and cheese. We are worlds apart. Muslims do not respect black people, never have done. And in fact, if you become a Muslim, your conversion is seen as shit. The Muslims, when a white person becomes a Muslim, they cry in their eyes like, woo! When you become a Muslim, they're using you as a suicide bomber. That's how much your black lives are worth. If you ever see a black Muslim, he's more angry than anybody else. He wants to kill more than anybody else. Why? Because when he became a Muslim, he had all that anger with him. So it was a political conversion. So it's easy for him to be used as a donkey or a suicide bomber for the glory of Allah. Every religion black people turn to, they go strange. Every religion black people take on, they go strange. They become more religious than the founders themselves of that religion. So Muslims know black people are screwed up. So what they do, you become a Muslim, you become a suicide bomber. That's your occupation. That's your living. That's your future. That's your destiny. They see you coming with your big black self, and they say, yeah, we'll use that now tool, that monkey, that gorilla, as a suicide bomber. Muslims do not respect black people, which is why in Darfur, the Arabs are still enslaving and raping African girls. Black people should stop supporting Muslim refugees because Muslims do not respect black people. And now I will forward proof so you can see it for yourself.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Mit Gebeten hat man sie gelockt. Die Araber bringen bereits im 7. Jahrhundert den Islam nach Afrika und mit ihm die Sklaverei. Denn wer kein Moslem werden will, wird als Sklave in die muslimische Welt verschleppt. 17 Millionen Schwarzafrikaner trifft dieses Schicksal. Die Geschichte dieses Menschenhandels ist in Afrika bis heute ein Tabu. Tidiane Ndiaye bricht das Schweigen. Der senegalesische Anthropologe fordert, die Sklaverei der Moslems endlich aufzuarbeiten. In seinem Buch »Der verschleierte Völkermord« beschreibt Ndiaye dieses wenig erforschte Kapitel der Geschichte.
Der muslimische Sklavenhandel war der längste in der Geschichte der Menschheit. Er währte 13 Jahrhunderte und hatte viel mehr Opfer als der Sklavenhandel nach Amerika, der 400 Jahre dauerte. Und das Traurigste daran ist, dass die meisten der Verschleppten unglücklicherweise keine Kinder bekommen konnten, weil sie kastriert wurden.
In die arabische Welt, in die Türkei, nach Persien und nach Indien werden die Schwarzafrikaner verschifft. Oder sie werden durch die Sahara nach Nordafrika getrieben. Viele sterben schon bei den Überfällen auf die Dörfer, viele an den Strapazen des Transports. Wer auf den Sklavenmärkten ankommt, wird kastriert. Laut Ndiaye überlebt nur einer von 5 diese gefährliche Operation. Die grausame Prozedur trifft alle, die Männer, die auf Plantagen oder im Bergbau schuften, ebenso wie die, die im Haushalt arbeiten oder die Harems bewachen. Diese Eunuchen findet man noch Anfang des 20. Jahrhunderts.
Die Araber und die Nordafrikaner waren Rassisten. Sie verachteten die Schwarzen. Deshalb wollten sie nicht, dass sie in ihren Ländern Kinder zeugten. Das erklärt, warum es dort heute keine starke schwarze Diaspora gibt wie in den USA, die eine Aufarbeitung dieser Geschichte fordert und eine Wiedergutmachung.
An die Sklaverei der Europäer wird auf der senegalesischen Insel Gorée erinnert. Hier wurden Tausende eingepfercht und nach Amerika verschifft. Solche Erinnerungsorte forderten Ndiaye auch für den brutalen Menschenhandel der Moslems. Der ist für ihn ein Völkermord, denn ein Volk von Kastrierten kann keine Nachkommen zeugen und stirbt zwangsläufig aus. Die Versklavung geschah übrigens im Namen Allahs.
Der Koran hat die Sklaverei niemals unterbunden. Im Gegenteil, es gibt viele Stellen im Koran, die die Versklavung von Nichtmuslimen empfehlen. Und im Gegensatz zur Ächtung der Sklaverei im Europa der Aufklärung gab es nie auch nur einen arabischen Intellektuellen, der sich je für die Sache der Schwarzen eingesetzt hat.
Im Sudan rufen die Araber schon im 7. Jahrhundert den Dschihad, den heiligen Krieg gegen die Schwarzen, aus. Noch heute werden hier Tausende von ihren eigenen Landsleuten versklavt. Viele Afrikaner beten in Moscheen, obwohl ihre Vorfahren im Namen des Islam geknechtet wurden. Über Jahrhunderte wurden afrikanische Könige gezwungen, sich dem Islam zu unterwerfen und noch dazu Sklaven als Schutzgeld auszuliefern.
Durch die Islamisierung wurden die afrikanischen Könige zu Mittätern. Wer sich dem Islam unterwarf, konnte der Versklavung theoretisch entgehen. Wer kein Moslem werden wollte, sollte gezielt gejagt werden. Das war der Grund für die Kollaboration und das entfachte viele Kriege zwischen den afrikanischen Völkern.
Die Europäer schauen bis ins frühe 20. Jahrhundert zu. Obwohl sie den Menschenhandel längst verboten haben, dulden ihn die Kolonialarmeen vor Ort. Ein Zentrum des schmutzigen Geschäfts ist die ostafrikanische Insel Sansibar. Hier landen die Menschen nach dem Verbot der Sklaverei in unterirdischen Verliesen. Den berüchtigten Tipu-Tip macht der Menschenhandel zum zweitreichsten Mann Sansibars. Noch nach 1920 schuften Sklaven auf den Plantagen der Insel. 13 Jahrhunderte Sklaverei aufarbeiten, dafür gibt es offenbar weder in Afrika noch in der islamischen Welt Bereitschaft.
Es gibt eine Solidarität zwischen den Afrikanern und den Arabern wegen der gemeinsamen Religion, dem Islam. Man zieht es vor, über diese schmerzhafte Geschichte nicht zu sprechen. Man richtet die Aufmerksamkeit lieber auf die Schuldigen, die alle schon kennen, die Europäer und die Amerikaner.
Tidiane Ndiaye will das nicht hinnehmen. Weder als Intellektueller noch als Enkel eines senegalesischen Königs. Und auch nicht als Moslem.
Black people are so mentally ill, so mentally screwed up. They're not all there, they're psychotic. This is, oh, no, we don't mind. It's the white man, it's the white man. Black people are so fixated with European slavery, so fixated that they totally dismiss the seriousness and the savagery of the Muslim slave trade and what Muslims did to Africans. And that is the reason why many black people became Muslims. Oh, you know something, the white man slave with the white man. This is what happens when you refuse to read. This is what happens when you hate books. You see a book and you start screaming. You see a book, you start screaming like a vampire and a garlic. You see a book and it terrifies you. Look, don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. You start with a simple book. You start with a simple book and you break down the words. You will find melody line. It's quite easy. It's quite easy. Break down the words, the syllables, and you teach yourself to read. My people are destroyed because of their lack of knowledge. And that is the reason why Muslims were able to deceive black people, because we don't like to read. We're too mentally lazy. That's the reason why science is run by the white people. Maths is run and owned by the Asians, and black people, we got football. Mentally lazy. And when you're mentally lazy, you end up falling for religious garbage. And Muslims know that. Give black people religion, they will not research the origin or the founder or the source of Islam. Do you know how many black people became Muslims? Because Muslims told them Christianity is a white man's religion, while they were hiding the Arab slave trade and the Arab sword. They were hiding that the Arabs went into North Africa in the 7th century and they slaughtered all the African kings and they forced the Africans into slavery. This is what the Arab Muslim did. But black people are so fixated with white people. The white slavery. They overlook what Muslims are doing even now in Boko Haram. Even now, Louis Farrakhan, the Arab Muslims gave Louis Farrakhan £5 million or $5 million. $5 million to deny slavery in Darfur. This is how much black people hate each other. The Arab gave Louis Farrakhan $5 million to deny slavery in Darfur. And Louis Farrakhan took the money. Look it up. Look up the code word, Louis Farrakhan denied slavery in Darfur. Look it up. The same Louis Farrakhan that sold out the Nation of Islam to Scientology for money. Can you see the rhetoric? Black people selling black people all over again. Black sold you to slavery and they'll do it again. We got no shame. We have no honor. And the Muslims know this. And that's the reason why when black people become Muslims, we end up suicide bombers. We end up terrorists. Because we have no brains. They use it as dead muscle. When you have nothing inside there, you might as well put on a nuclear fire, put you to waste. The thinkers, they rule the world, they run the world, they organize the world, but the black beast just get him out there, a suicide bomber. That'll sort him out. Black people, before you side up with all these Muslim refugees, look at their history. If you can't read, look on Google. Just type up, Arab and African relationship. Just look at the pictures. Look at the beautiful pictures. If you can't bother to read or research, a picture can tell a story. Start from there. Don't let the Muslim fool you. The Muslims are not your brothers. They're not your sisters. They're using you for muscle. You need to make a declaration that you're not supporting Islam and you're not supporting Muslims. Muslims care about Muslims. Muslims all about Muslim interest. Muslims don't care about black people. They use black men for muscle, for suicide bombers. If you ever see these black male Muslims, they're aggressive, they're pushing Islam down your throat far more than the Arab themselves. Loss of identity, loss of soul. When you have no soul, any demon can come and fill you up with their garbage. You have no sense of pride or integrity. You'll defend anything. I hope watching that video that you will see that Muslims have been taking you for a ride. I don't care what brand of Muslims that they are. If it's Muslims, you guarantee they hate black people. And that's the reason why before you go around supporting Muslim refugees, know the history. In the Quran, it says, and I quote, "Those with souls like black raisin, with hair like black raisin, the African has a soul like a donkey. He will go to hell." Another quote in the Quran, "Those whose skin is black shall not see gender." Look on Google all the racist text in the Quran, and you'll see there for yourself. Those with black faces. Oh, Louis Farrakhan, he knows all this, but money is what he's about, so he keeps it quiet. Those with black faces. Only those with white faces. Which is why rumors had it that Muhammad was actually a white Arab. Those with black faces will never see gender. Those with raisin's hair like donkey, with a soul like a donkey, shall not see paradise. There's loads of Quranic texts which are made mock the African. We have no soul. We would turn to the enemy and call it God Almighty. We would turn to a devil's religion. We're so lost in ourselves. The only way for black people to liberate and to be free is start to read, start to research. Start to research hard. Read fast. And like me, you'll be happy. Look how handsome I am. And smiling. You know why? Nobody can brainwash me with your garbage. Look how good looking my skin is. Look at me. I don't take drugs. I work out. I look healthy. When you have nothing upstairs, anybody can come along and put their garbage in. The only weapon against that kind of propaganda is to read. Love reading and love knowledge. And you'll find it difficult to be fooled by any Muslim.